Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Midwest Mess Podcast. Currently we are being sponsored by Peppermint Essential Oils, the mainstays Peppermint Essential Oils for aromatherapy use only. We are also being sponsored by Lemongrass, all lemongrass. That's actually a trademark. Lemongrass is a company. Didn't they have a guy in Adventure Time called Lemongrass? They did, I think.
Lemon Grab.
Damn it. Anyway, we are being sponsored by the Lemongrass and Lemon Grab Corporation. And if they actually do exist, please sponsor the podcast. That would be amazing. But today I am joined by a lovely lady. She is currently in my room studio. Room/studio. We're so professional here at the Midwest Mess Podcast, but she is lovely. She is a creator. She is a producer. She is in Bearcast Media. Please give a round of applause to Kelsee Etmans.
Howdy.
Kelsee, please introduce yourself. What do you do?
What I do? Well, I'm a sophomore at UC at the moment, and that's in e-media. That's my major at the moment, electronic media. So, it's kind of as it says. It's a very broad title, though, but it's any type of electronic media. So that's like film and music and all that jazz.
That is a broad area. I mean,
they're thinking of changing it,
but liberal arts is also even broader, so
yeah,
they haven't changed that. So what do you do for the Bearcast Media? What are you trying to go for? What's your main goal when you graduate? Do you know, or are you still figuring that out?
I'm still not sure. And Bearcast Media is actually like it's a club, I guess, but you also have to take it as a class for like a semester, and that's kind of helping me figure out what I want to do.
Oh, really?
Yes. So it's like separate from e-media, but definitely like very integrated within it, if that makes sense.
See, I thought it was like just a separate thing that people had to get, like kind of like how global media is a global media, and you have to like kind of get accepted into that. And I thought, okay, so cool. So you can be in CCP, and then
it's CCM.
CCM. I'm sorry. CCP is for
College Credit Plus.
College Credit Plus for lovely, smart high schoolers that like getting ahead in their life. But CCM. Okay, so
CCM's the College Conservatory of Music, and then the E-media major is within that.
Okay.
And then Bearcast is like a group that is mostly E-media kids. They try to direct it to everyone at UC, but it's mostly E-media kids that know about it and end up doing it. But it is really fun, even if you're not in E-media.
Cool. So you can be like a biology major and be like, hey, I want to do stuff.
There's a lot of like business people that are in it. That's like the second most major in it.
Yeah, because I looked at the website once and I was like, I wonder how I can get into this. I'm in like UC, and then I like looked at like people and I was like, oh, these are like professional people. This is really cool, but also I don't think they're gonna look at me or they're gonna care about me. But that was a long time ago. But that's cool. I have a friend that she's not in Bearcast Media. She's not even in CCM. She actually is doing journalism. She's with the fashion magazine. She's with the newspaper.
Oh, the TNR.
The TNR,
The news record.
The news record. So is that associated with Bearcast? Or is it completely offshoot?
It's like Bearcast Bearcast is to E-media as TNR is to McMicken.
Oh.
That makes sense? Like all the English majors and journalism majors.
Yeah, those fucking libs.
They are. Most of them are.
Libs. I'm talking about liberal arts, guys, not liberals. Come on now. I'm joking.
Most of them are liberals.
most of them are.
There's a few, like, Republican people in some of those classes. They feel very confused sometimes when we get into certain curriculum in the class. They're like, everybody seems to have a very different opinion from me, and I don't know what to do with myself.
That's strange, yeah.
Kind of funny.
It's kind of weird, yeah, because you come from a place like Lebanon, Ohio, which is a right-wing city, and you go to Cincinnati and you're like, oh, they don't really appreciate Trump over here.
No.
But who really
Almost
does?
Every laptop has Dump Trump on
Dump
it.
Trump
in
on
McMicken.
it? Like on like a sticker, or is it like not
like a sticker? Or people sometimes just like wear a hat or
Just
a
wear
shirt.
a hat?
They just go for it.
Well, that's really cool. So I didn't know that. Okay, so that makes way more sense.
We're learning about UC history here for this episode.
UC history for the 4th installment of the Midwest Mess podcast. Stay tuned for more. Okay, that was the end. Thank you for coming. I'm joking. I'm joking, but it's really good to have you on the podcast, Kelsee. I really appreciate it.
Good to be here.
Am I saying your name right? It's Kelsee, correct?
Yeah.
I always get so self-conscious of me saying your name wrong and you being like, fuck you, Jeremy, you douche. We've known each other for, what, 3 years now? 3 years now?
Maybe. Probably longer. Like,
Probably
I've known
longer.
of you for longer.
TBH, yeah, I'm old, but...
Like, since my freshman or sophomore year. Maybe.
Yeah, because you were,
Yeah.
And we would get on Omegle and we would...
That's terrifying.
That was weird.
Omegle's a terrifying website.
How many penises did we see that night?
At least 7. At least.
What was like the drive for people to go on there? I literally had no
to
drive.
go on there showing off their penis, or just to go off on there in general?
Honestly, both.
I don't understand either.
I don't understand.
I don't have the answer for either.
Yeah, I don't understand the dick smashing in the Omegle department, but I also didn't understand this like the preteen. Oh my god, let's go on Omegle and try to find people.
People were trying to find like their next love interest
Their
on Omegle,
love
like
interest
when
in
you're 13.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Like,
literally on the other side of the planet, and they're like, "Oh my god, you like 21 Pilots too?
Oh
Let's
really?
date."
Let's date. Let's be internet besties.
OMG. We actually, me and like Grace and Annie, 2 of my friends,
Oh, I need to
when
get
we
you
were
and
younger.
Annie up in here. That would be great. I would love for her to come
Annie
up
would
here.
love that. She would like that.
She would like that. Annie, if you're listening, listen.
Annie.
I have a very
trying to reach out to you.
We're really trying. We're trying. Annie, we're worried. We're scared. We just want you to come home, Annie. Annie, come home. No, but
Click your heels.
click your heels and what is she? Is that all she did? She just clicked her heels and she started floating up to like.
She, actually, I don't remember because I've only seen that movie fully once. But I think she faints. Doesn't she click her heels and then she falls into like a poppy seed, like field, and then she falls asleep?
You know, that's a good question.
And then she wakes up and she's back home.
And it was
I
all
think
just
that's how the movie goes.
It was just all a trip on DMT or whatever.
It was only just a dream.
Don't poppy seeds have like cyanide? No, they have like something in them that causes you to.
I don't know
not
if it
be
was
right.
poppy. Yeah, because poppy definitely are like. I don't know if they're hallucinogenic at all, but they have some sort of effect. I don't know if hallucinogenic is the word. I don't think so. It's something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't even think it's poppy fields. It's something though like that.
Something.
Like it's a weird flower.
Something, yeah, in there.
That makes you fall asleep.
But either way, Annie, if you are listening to this, get on this podcast.
Come here.
It doesn't matter
Right
what
now.
you do. Get over here, Annie. Come speak. We'll have another.
We are waiting.
We're waiting. Annie, get over here. No. But yeah, it's interesting. I think we were talking about Bearcast Media still.
Oh yeah.
I think we just went on a completely random tangent. That's where we're gonna go. I'll try to keep us, aligned so that people don't get frustrated. Like, what were they just talking about?
Bearcast.
I was trying to learn about Bearcast. I'm a new freshman student trying to get the gist. There's literally free advertisement for UC right now.
So you're welcome.
So you're welcome. Okay, I'm getting paid good make here by peppermint essential oils. Last time when Connor was here, I said I was sponsored by water.
Aren't we all?
Aren't we all sponsored by? That's true.
When you think about it.
When you think about it, who really got us here today?
When it's like 60% of your body?
Yeah. So then,
crazy number?
Who's the real sponsor of this podcast or just life in general? But cool. So you're on there. So I see. I still have yet because you do a radio show, right?
Mm-hmm.
You do play music. I know there's also a radio show kind of like that in OSU. Is it the same thing? Can you talk? Is it live? Or do you just play music? Is it just you just like playing music? Or is there a mic that you're like, hi guys, this is the radio, I don't even know, this is Bearcast Media Radio. You're coming at you live from the Bearcast Media Studios.
The Jack and Jill Strader Studio.
Is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm. We have to say it every hour. There's like a blurb that they have us say every hour.
Really?
And it was very similar to that, but you have to say Jack and Jill Strader Studio in the CCM, like in the E-Media division of CCM.
Were they are those like huge donators? Do they donate the money to like the Jack and Jill?
I believe so. I think those are the people that gave the money to be able to create that part of the studio, is my assumption. Because I don't think it was always there.
Okay.
Because it used to just be broadcast, like broadcast television, like news production is what it used to be. And then once they started opening it, that's what E-Media used to be. It was only like news production.
Really?
Yeah, and then they opened it up a ton.
Was there like a live studio they could do, or?
There's still one there now. That's all they had before, but there's still one now, and I'm actually in the class for that too.
Cool. Good for you. Look at you.
Look at me. But the radio show, I can talk about that too.
Yeah, talk about your radio show.
So at UC, it's called bearcastmedia.com, and that's the website for it, but it's Bearcast. Mm-hmm. And then OSU's is Arouse. Yeah. OSU.com, I believe, but it's just called like Arouse.
Which is super funny.
Yeah, I don't know why exactly it's called Arouse. Like, I don't understand the background behind that.
Maybe like arouse your music sense. I don't know.
It just sounds a little too sexual for just a radio station. Weird. But
maybe they spent so much money like buying that IP that they're like, fuck. They left it they left someone in charge, and we're just gonna call him John for now. And they were like, John, you need to buy the like IP address and make the blah blah blah. And he was like, they never told me what to name it.
They never gave me any rules.
They never gave me any rules.
Something a little too sexual. It's weird, but
that's interesting.
But they're very similar, except that Arouse is like probably 10 times bigger. Just everything at OSU is bigger because they have such a huge like amount of college students.
Okay.
But they're very similar. For what I can tell, at UC, you have to be in Bearcast. Or at least like go through Bearcast at some point to be able to get a radio show. And you can do it on pretty much anything as long as it's like approved by the general body, which is not very hard to get approved. It's like students that are in charge of it, so like they have the same kind of ideas, or not ideas, but they have the same kind of like thing. They want to see you do what you want to do. Yeah. So it's cool because it's not like some teacher or some adult being like, you can't say this. Yeah, you can't do this. Not like running you. It's also not broadcast through like
the internet. Well, it does.
It is through the internet. It's not like on an actual radio station. That's what a lot of people think, that it's like on a radio channel. Oh, yes. But it's not. It's only streamed online, so we can actually say like whatever we want. We don't have to play. We don't have to like find we don't have to like find profanity free music or anything like that, which is really helpful.
You have to censor your stuff like Walmart. You just have to buy all your CDs from Walmart because they pre-censor those for you. Ooh. If you didn't know that. I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. Walmart only sells censored DVDs and, censored CDs.
Because it's a family store.
It is a family store. But that's really cool.
It is really cool.
What is your radio broadcast about? I'm sorry, I have not been able to tune in.
It's
yet.
Okay.
It's like
literally just my dad and Mr. Coon. Those are the only two people that listen to it, I swear.
What Can you talk about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is it?
So it's called Something Sampled Something New.
Cool, give us a time.
And it's every Thursday. Except not this Thursday because spring break.
Oh.
But
Missing
every
out.
Thursday normally.
Okay.
From 8 to 10 p.m. And it's kind of two different shows in one, but they're about the same topic. So every other Thursday, it is, I just call it Something Sampled Something New. It's under like that type of title. And it's any type of sampled music. And you'll play like where the samples came from, I guess, like the full songs. And then it'll play all the song that uses all those samples that played before it. If that makes sense at all? So like
yeah. Is it kind of like what you guys did for oh yeah, we can talk about them. What you did for not EGM, no. EMG.
That's a totally different thing.
It's like
that was like using sampling, I guess, but this is like exposing, I guess, not exposing in a bad way, but just like shedding light on people that use sampling in all different types of genres, because people mostly think about it as like only hip hop or like rap now, especially because of Kanye and people like that.
Oh yeah, because
sampling are so sample heavy.
They use samples so much, and I don't think people notice that they use some of their most famous samples. Isn't it like they don't get really much recognition for like the things they sample from, or is it?
It depends sometimes. Like there's a really weird gray area in sampling, and whether people like approve it or not, or whether it's even legal. Like there's this one guy, I think it's one of the most popular examples, but it's called the Grey Album. It's a mix of the White Album from the Beatles and the Black Album from Jay-Z.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he mixes the entire album together. He called it the Grey Album.
He calls it the Grey. That's really
and it's
clever.
Something. I'm trying to remember the guy's name who did it.
Yeah, we'll find him. We can find him. You want to find him?
Yeah,
right
if you literally just look up the Grey or the Grey Album,
it's
Mouse or something.
Such extremely good technology here at the studio.
Studio/room.
The studio/bedroom that I sleep my lovely head on, just feet away. I said feet.
Footies.
So it's called the Grey Album.
Feeties away. Mm-hmm.
Oh, by
Danger Mouse.
Oh, he's great. I love Danger Mouse.
Yeah, he also like
he did that one. Oh my gosh, you can continue. I'll think of it.
You're fine. He also produces like albums for a lot of other people.
Yeah, he does.
But he actually didn't make any money off of this album, I believe, or is not legally allowed to make money off this. Oh yeah, I love the Broken Bells.
Yeah, that's what he was on. He's on. There he is.
He's in that?
Yeah, he's in that.
I didn't know he was a member.
Yeah, he's a member of that.
Well, they're really good.
They're great.
Bells are awesome.
Check out the Broken Bells, guys. I love them. Yeah, they haven't popped new albums since 2014 After the Disco.
After the Disco is such a good song.
That is a
good
song. By the way,
a bass track bumping.
Yeah. For a brief minute, you could have got it for free from Starbucks. You remember that?
Mm-mm.
Did you have? Okay, there was like Starbucks was doing like this weird thing where they partner with like Apple Music, that you could get. They give you like a free song every like other week, and I just remember that After the Disco was one of them. That's a good song though, so
that's a good song.
People check that out.
Y'all look up the Broken Bells; they're good. But
so that's really cool. So
Danger Mouse didn't legally make us sent off the Grey Album, I believe. I think that's right. I think it is the Grey Album. I might be incorrect, but I'm pretty sure it's from the Grey Album. He didn't make anything from it because they just said it was too clearly being sampled from something, if that makes sense. But like all samples, you can usually like not all samples, but most sampling, it's very apparent, and that's kind of like the point of it. But I guess his just crossed the line for like lawyers or something, so they're like, no, he can't make any money from it.
Then what's the line between when people, if it's art, it's like kind of how what is it? They say that people that are DJs are musicians, like
musicians, and like shouldn't make money from it.
And they're like, they're not talented. They don't make good music.
Oh yeah, well that's another thing too.
Yeah, and that's like, is it the same kind of course where people are like, because like I mean, you can like obviously you're taking someone made a song. And you took a good like part of it, like maybe like their solo or part of like a riff, and then you take that and you sample it because that's what sample is, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then you mix it together with like another artist, and then like you just kind of make a funky, like cool song, a new song. It's like a hybrid.
And Kanye does that in almost every single track
does
of
that
his.
All the time. He prevalently does it. He. You know what? Not anymore. I don't think he does it. That was like in his old stuff. But so did Bruno Mars. You know how he like takes samples from like really old like Motown, and then he'll like throw something funky down with his own words, and then like make a whole song. You know.
That's how people like get away with it and actually end up making money from it. Is that they'll take like really 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 old samples from like a Motown kind of vibe or something like that, and usually people get away with it in that sense. It's when you start grabbing from like newer artists, usually that people get like touchy about it. Well, usually a
little butthurt, little anal about it, yeah.
Because it's like it's hard to distinguish like whether you're making money because you're the artist or whether you're making money because you stole someone else's art.
Yeah.
No, I don't like calling sampling stealing, but like I mean in a way you are taking it either way.
You're taking it, but yeah.
And so yeah, some people just get upset whether it's like, are you making the money for your art, or are you making the money because you're making art from someone else's art?
From someone else, okay.
And that's like kind of where the argument is, but I don't know. I feel like anyone should be able to do it as long as they're not like, straight up ripping off other people. Like Bruno Mars even did there's what is it, Treasure maybe? I think it's called Treasure. It's by Bruno Mars, and it is very 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 close to this other artist who made it before, to this other artist's song. I don't remember the song at all.
For real?
You could probably look it up and it'll come right up, be like Bruno Mars Treasure Scandal, something like that.
Okay, we're gonna look that up.
But there's a song that's like almost identical, but it was made before Bruno Mars made his song, and that's not sampling at all. And that's why like people got really upset about it. And I
think I spelled that completely wrong.
You did spell it wrong.
Listen to Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars talks arrest for cocaine possession. Mars nude photo. They're always nude photos.
Song. Maybe do like songs sound alike Scandal or something.
Yeah. This is what we do. We really. Oh my gosh. We really find the facts here at.
We're educating.
Okay, wait. Sound like. We're educating. Baby squirrel. What the fuck? Oh, this is. That was the lyrics to. Okay, that's what the lyrics are.
Baby squirrel. Like Breakbot, yeah.
Breakbot.
So
my gosh.
Breakbot made a song called "Baby I'm Yours," and it sounds almost identical, but they made it first, and that's kind of where I like kind of draw the line, because he's not even really sampling, and I usually don't mind if people. There's also a thing in sampling called interpolating, where you don't straight up take a sample, like you don't take it from the original track itself, you like replay it, and it usually has a different sound to it. Yeah,
because you can't exactly make it, or you can.
Sometimes you just try to, because like the sample doesn't sound good enough to actually like put it in your production, so usually you'll just like try to redo it, but it's supposed to sound like it's sampled.
What EMG does?
EMG does like some of that, yeah. They do they do like a good amount of interpolating. They do. There's this one that's my favorite that they did this year. It's a song that Kenneth sings. He sings Halo by Cage the Elephant, and then they are using interpolation when or interpolating or whatever. When I don't know who in EMG actually does it, but somebody, I think it might be Gianni or something, but they're playing this Crystal Castles kind of melody from a Crystal Castles song.
Yeah, they have a good set.
And that is an example of interpolating.
Whatever set they have right now, it's really good.
I think Bruno Mars goes past that though. And I think honestly, he's trying to steal from like a smaller artist. No, that was what I thought.
No, because the thing is, That is so crazy you say that, and that, yeah, because I love Breakbot. I've actually listened to Baby I'm Yours. That's a really good song. I used to jam out to that in 2016. That was a jammer, but
it is a jam.
It is a jammer, yes. And now it makes so much sense. I was like, this sounds familiar, but it's not so familiar. I'm like, this is straight up. That's Bruno Mars's song. Wait,
no, Bruno Mars stole from them.
And then listening to Treasure, I was like,
and I think
heard this before.
He was trying. I think there was malicious intent. In my opinion, I think Bruno Mars was like trying to get past on it, because I think it sounds like very, very, very similar.
Well, then if that's the case, man, like if there's like this issue there, then he's a huge artist. Then bring Breakbot on to make some of your new beats.
Yeah,
pay him.
Like I would love that.
That would be great. That's what we should do. If there's like huge, or there should be like they should be getting some of the profit. Some of the profit, or you could hire them to make a new beat for it.
Breakbot or something like that, because
a lot of like, I know Jay-Z, he got away with because this is the dark side of sampling, and there's nothing wrong with sampling, and that's really cool. I like that idea. We'll continue on Miss Kelsee's broadcast radio show, but just to give my 2 cents, I think there is a thin line with or just really kind of scummy people. I'm not going to say Jay-Z is scummy. I just know that I've heard that he has sampled a lot of people's music and have just completely gone away with it and not even given recognition. And it was for a lot of his really, really famous songs. I know Mr. Coons spoke about it in Music Tech of 2014, but I don't remember that much. I haven't read up on it, but yeah.
Anyone that really enjoys sampling or does it themselves usually has a sort of opinion. I'm pretty lenient. It's just I don't know. Bruno Mars really got me on that one.
You're like, damn.
I'd like to think he was not trying to be intentionally bad about it, but I don't know. Kanye also does a lot of sampling, but I think his is really interesting because it comes from it's his background. It's the style of music that he listened to that kind of inspired the style that he created.
And then another thing, Kelsee, is that we all don't speak Jesus. Kanye speaks a very weird language that most of us don't understand just yet.
Auto-tune.
We don't understand Jesus just yet. But when a translation book comes out and then we can learn that language, then maybe we can all understand Kanye a little more.
I wish we could all just understand.
I wish we could all I feel like Kanye wants us all to understand Kanye. But
I love that man.
I love him to a point where I'm just like, he's just a little, he's a little kooky. He's like an Alex Jones type of that. He kind of kooky.
He's a little crazy.
I have a very interesting opinion about Alex Jones. Do you know who Alex Jones is?
Infowars, right?
Infowars. People just have such a shitty, opinion. I mean, I even had a shitty opinion of him before I even knew what he was. I thought he was a racist, sexist, asshole who was kind of crazy. That's what the persona I got from him, because I was just like, they're making the frogs. They're putting stuff in the water and they're making frogs gay. Destroy the child. That type of stuff. That's what that's what
a really good impression.
Thank you. I really I take pride in that. But and he's just, after really listening to who he is and just listening to the Joe Rogan podcast, I got a complete different opinion on him now. And he is going through a scandal with the kids of Sandy Hook, and bless their families. I'm sorry that it's horrible, and I think he was just trying to cover something, and he kind of knew it wasn't. From what his stance was, that he didn't really want to really go with it, but yet again he doesn't know, and that's who he is. He needs to try to attack and see where the truth is. But in this case, it went horribly wrong, and that was the truth. Those kids died. Their families are sad, and it wasn't cool of him to say that they were fake crisis actors, and that they're. He said a little bit of it, and then like people took it to the next level. But yeah, I think he's a social justice type of guy. He's really trying to fight pedophiles and all that. He's really trying to make sure that people...
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either until he like went on this whole rant about the Alabama's state governor is trying to do this thing about like abortions, but post-abortion. Like they're allowed to keep the fetus alive after an abortion, and like we don't know where the gray area is. Like what are they doing with the fetuses? And that's what Alex Jones is trying to say. Like why are they keeping the fetus alive after an abortion?
Like if it's a late stage?
Yes.
Oh.
They're trying to keep it alive so they can like either donate some stuff to science or something really strange. And he's just trying to say these people are trying to eat like aborted fetuses. It's really weird. It's really weird. We won't get into that today, but we'll get into that today.
For
but
another day.
That's another day.
Table that topic.
Another table topic that we wouldn't discuss. Thank you again for coming. I really appreciate that.
No problem.
We have so much more time. We're gonna keep on talking, but I just want to say thank you. And so where can we find your broadcast on the interwebs? Talk more about it if you have some more to say.
Oh yeah, so the other part of it that I was talking about before we got off on another tangent.
I know, I'm sorry.
Because we're good at that. No, it's not your fault. I'm very...
I go on tangents like a fucking madman.
Tangential, that's the word.
Tangential.
But, so half of it's like sampling of any genre. And then every other Thursday that I'm not doing the original something sampled, something new, it's, I call it Thursdays. So it's about Kanye, and it's only Kanye samples.
That's amazing. That's super cool.
Yeah, it goes through the entire, like, a whole album. So we've done College Dropout and Late Registration so far, and then 3 Thursdays from now. Sorry, that's... Book your calendars, y'all. But
book your calendar.
3 Thursdays out from...
We'll look at it right now.
The time it is right now.
Let's see, I'll do it. You can keep on.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be on the...
It'll... 3 Thursdays from now, it'll be...
It'll either be on the 11th?
Graduation.
The 11th of April or the 4th of April?
It'll be the 4th of April.
Okay, so April Fools. Right? Is that what April Fool's is? Or no?
April Fool's is the
April
first
is the
day
first of April, yes. I was thinking like the 4th of July. That was a little dumb.
May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you. I love that day. But cool. So that's really cool. What made you come up with that idea? Was just from sampling? You can actually lift that chair up if you need to.
I just keep pressing the bottom of it.
Yeah, no. You can. You have to get up.
Oh, do I?
And like hit it like from the bottom.
Oh, I love that.
These are literally. I told Connor this. Wait. My dad, he works at UC Health. Yeah, he works at UC Health, and these are
tall now.
Yeah, these are recycled. It's okay.
Sorry,
these are. It's okay.
To destroy your wall.
It's fine. It's I need to fix that wall anyway. We need to expand the studio. But yeah, these are actually recycled hospital chairs, and I'm not positive anyone died on these chairs, which would be weird if they did.
Me.
Why would they die? But they've been cleaned. It's fine. I've taken good care of them, but they're great for.
I like them. They're cushy.
Thank you. Thank them.
Thank you.
Yeah. Merry Christmas. What is it? Have you seen that?
Merry Christmas.
What's that one Japanese lady on Netflix who was like tidying up? Mary Kondo. Thank you. Cheers. I'm not getting
Marie. It's more like
Is it Marie?
Yeah. It's
Thank
like
you,
Marie Kondo.
Marie Kondo. Marie Condom. Cool. Well, yeah. What made you think of that idea? Is this because Kanye? He's a super heavy sample, heavy-headed guy.
I just think he's the one that kind of like. How do I want to say this? I don't know. I think he really started the trend of sampling in rap. Because now like a ton of people do, like J. Cole.
Oh yeah, J. Cole.
J. Cole. Tyler does it. Tyler the Creator does it. Quite a bit. Also A$AP Rocky. I'm pretty sure Travis does it. I don't know how much he does it, but I'm pretty sure he does it, and can't think of much more off the top of my head, but just like a ton of artists.
I feel like those are just like right now.
Very popular. Oh, Frank Ocean does it a lot. He actually has a whole album called Nostalgia.
I was about to say that.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
And that one's that's a pretty awesome thing.
Is that
for,
the one that
sampling.
is that the one that has American Wedding in it, where he it's pretty much the Eagles?
I think so. A lot of them are almost close to covers.
Yeah.
Rather than samples. Like there's one that he does with an electric feel. That's really cool.
Frank Ocean?
Yeah, it's called Nature Feels. It's really good.
I'm gonna check that out. Check that out, people.
It's really good, y'all. Check it out.
Cool, man. Are you gonna, after you finish with Kanye, are you gonna move on to someone else?
I don't know.
Or are you gonna make a whole new show? Yeah, how does that work?
I have no clue, because I'm just doing it for the semester as of right now.
Cool.
Because it's for my class, but after the semester, I want to do it more still. Yeah. I want to continue to do it. But the times might change just because my classes are changing. Yeah. Because I'm there all day. I'm at school on one day over 12 hours a day. I get there at 9:30.
Full time.
Or my class starts at 9:30, and then my radio show doesn't end until 10.
Until 10.
Yeah, so I'm there for at least 12 and a half hours every Thursday. So
pretty much you sleep at UC and
pretty much
take naps in the halls.
I actually don't I don't sleep at all at school. Like I know people that have done that, but I haven't done it yet. I've yet to do that. I
don't know what I'm gonna do. I might have to do that when I only go full time, part time. Well, I mean I'm part time, but I go only to my school twice a week because samesies. I go because I do a lot of online classes, and I only have one student class that is a freshman class because I'm technically a freshman.
Ooh.
For not UC, for Blue Ash. No, for
Cincinnati
State.
Right?
Yes, it's okay. I used to go to Blue Ash. It's fine, but it's fine. That's why I got confused. Cool. So you have anything else to say about your?
No, you can just find it at bearcastmedia.com, and Thursdays 8 to 10.
Awesome.
Just tune in.
Check it out. I'll probably get a link and I'll put it in the video description, and we'll do all that. We'll get your ats and tags and
ats and tats and bats
and your social security, and we'll get your license and just your license plate number, her birthday, her mom's maiden name.
Anything else you guys want to know? All my security questions.
Questions.
My Credit Karma login.
Karma.
Anything.
Dude, I have a Credit Karma, and I have an alright score, but it's probably not the best.
I haven't checked it yet.
You haven't checked it? You just make it just cause?
I haven't even made it yet because my stepmom, we need to do our taxes. I've never done my taxes by myself.
Can you do it on Credit Karma?
Apparently. That's what my stepmom told me she wanted me to. Well, actually,
the fudge?
I know that you can do it because my brother did it. My brother used Credit Karma, and my stepmom uses Tax Act. Y'all need to sponsor us, Tax Act and Credit Karma.
Tax Act,
on it, but
Credit Karma, sponsor the podcast. I promise we will become Christian for you. No, I'm not. This will become an all God podcast.
We can do it.
We can do it. What happened? Do you remember WNKU?
Yeah, no, I love that radio.
Did they turn into a Christian radio? Did that what was the number? It was 3030. It was something. Didn't a Christian radio take over that
they might have gotten bought out. I don't know if they're on the same channel.
Because WNKU doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, I know. I was really upset about it.
Tragic loss. We had a fatal loss here in Ohio. A wonderful Midwest radio got destroyed.
Literally legend.
How long were they on air? They were on air.
I have no idea. Yeah, you have to look it up. But they
were so good.
They stopped last year. Was it last year or 2 years ago now?
I think it was 2016.
That's so incredibly sad. They're one of my favorites. That was pretty much the only reason I'd be listening to the radio. Mm-hmm. Now I'll listen to NPR sometimes.
Yeah, I listen to NPR. I listen to
woke or something, or try
something.
to be.
I have satellite radio now, thank God, on on my nice Kia Soul. Oh wow, they were founded in 1983, and it was in Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky. I'm almost positive it was 2016 when they died.
Yeah, it sounds right.
That sounds just about right.
Or if anything, it was like really, really early 2017.
2016, the place where you go and die. I'm joking.
That was the year like David Bowie died, right?
That was the year a lot of people died. David Bowie, Prince.
Oh yeah.
My soul.
Mine too.
Mine too.
My mom. I'm just kidding.
When I realized that, 2016, the year I realized, man, adulthood sucks. Yeah. Well, that was actually 2017. Because 2016, that time I graduated. And then I was like, yeah, man. And then like a year went by and I was like, yeah, man. Like in a sadder,
and
like,
you just keep doing that every single year. It just keeps getting sadder.
Yeah, man.
Until you're like, you sound like Bernie Sanders being like, yeah, man.
Dude, oh man, you heard he's coming back?
Feel the burn.
Feel the burn. I literally, on that desktop computer, on the other side, on the...
Oh, you have a Bearcast Media sticker.
I do. I got that years ago.
Geez.
That's why I wanted it. It's like, oh yeah, you got these then. You got these. Yeah, yeah. I put all my stickers on there. On the other side of that is a Feel the Burn, Bernie Sanders. I also have Say Yes to Issue 2.
Mm-hmm.
What was the one about marijuana here?
I'd say 2. I actually don't remember.
We're gonna look. I'm gonna look.
Can look it up.
It's okay. Just walking away. Kelsee is your host now.
Leaving. Oh, okay. I'll do this show by myself.
You can do the show. There is. Hold up. Where are you? Say Yes to Issue 3.
3.
It was issue 3, but that was a weird act because that was the year. It was really fun. I think it was really fun for when I was actually able and old enough to vote. That I was able to try to vote for the next president, and it failed. And then there was also another thing where I tried to vote for marijuana to be legal in Ohio, but then I was like, no, fuck corporation, because they. Do you remember? Do you know the details about that? That they were gonna try to.
Like they were just gonna do it at
like 2 companies were only gonna own the rights to do it all in Ohio, and it was gonna be like a huge monopoly. Yeah, that's why it failed horribly. It's because like they honestly, I believe this is just my conspiracy. They totally did that on purpose. They just wanted, it to just seem bad, and they just wanted like even people of like that like marijuana to just not vote for marijuana because like they were like, let's try to make this seem super evil. And I'm so surprised that they let that happen. But, whatever. We'll open our minds. I don't smoke, but if you do, and you're out there smoking weed right now while listening to me speak into
If you're not, just do it.
If you're not,
I mean, started.
If you are 4 years old, if you are listening while your mom, I'm joking. Don't do that. Don't do that.
How are you 4 years old and have access?
It's just by the lucky chance that your sister or your mom was
true.
Listening to you.
Go into your sister's room.
Yeah, was on YouTube, and they were listening to another podcast, which that was probably bigger than mine, and for some God knows reason why, yeah, I was on the autoplay queue. I fucking hope that happens. That would be a great way to get views. Anyway.
You're like plotting now. You're like, yeah, that'd be a great.
Wait a second. How can I put all the tags on this video to make it go up to other people? I've tried putting. I could talk about how I do my tags later, but yeah. So another topic we can talk about, just to move on. You are a girl, and it is a great thing. You are a girl. Girls are great.
I like to think so.
Have you noticed that there has been a good increase? I was having a conversation about this with my last guest, Connor. We didn't really get into it in much detail, or we actually just spoke about it while we were in the car driving here. But do you find yourself noticing that bands like Mitski, I don't know if you listen to any of this, like Mitski, Japanese Breakfast, Snail Mail, Soccer Mommy, Clario, I can continue on with like the amount of like female empowered rock bands, just rockers, just even DJs or just musicians are really starting to get more into like the public eye and like the view of just now the public, because I've noticed that, and I noticed because I mean there's nothing wrong with it, but I noticed that when I like I guess now growing up I was primarily listening to a lot of male singers in rock bands, and like there wasn't really a heavy influence of women, or there wasn't that much in power. Like I guess not even when this isn't even a feminist thing. This is just I'm just very intrigued, and I think it's awesome, but. Just have you noticed that there's been like more of an influence or like just a rise in the female like gender in music right now as we continue on with our 2019 year?
So I have a huge answer for this. Like I think it's really, I love it, and I think it's really interesting. I do think it is a little bit of like a feminist thing. Like I think we're coming up, they're saying we're coming up on like the third wave of feminism, I believe, third or fourth or something like that.
Yeah.
I think it is the third though, like with the Me Too movement and all that. I was gonna say all that junk. It's not junk. All that garbage.
All of that shit.
All that. All of those things. The Women's March.
Yeah.
In DC and everywhere else around the U.S. But that's like coming up on the next wave of feminism that will hopefully be in history books someday in the future.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But I think that's like part of why we're getting so many females like speaking up and singing and putting their voice out there and putting their style and what they think out there, and there's a lot more acceptance of it.
Okay.
And it's not like, women are just supposed to do this one thing. Like they can't do like rock or something like that. They can't do something by themselves. They have to be with some other guy that plays some other instrument.
Yeah.
And things like that.
Like they need to be the bassist, or like, they're just a cute guitarist and they're just there for the tour.
They're just there to like be a girl and like look like a girl, and that's it. And that's like not what's going on anymore. It's like girls are the show. Like they are making their own music. They're like producing. They are being like the vision, the aesthetics. They are deciding what they want, and people are letting them do that, which I think is really cool. And like so way back when. Not too long ago, it was really like when electronic music started to become popular. It was mainly just like a guy's thing, and it still sort of is that way. Like even what is it? I looked up, it was like the top 100 electronic artists of 2017. So or maybe it was 2018, I don't remember.
When you say electronic artists, what type of bands do you mean? Just to give the audience a view of what you mean.
It was a super like generic, like what you first think of when you think of like EDM music, I guess, usually not like intense like Skrillex, but like things like Chainsmokers and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, or like Marshmello.
Yeah, they were on the top of the list. I think they were like in the top 10 too, but I had to do this like for a project.
Okay. Sweet.
And so I was like looking at this as for more like research. But it was a top 100 and there were only 8 or 9 women. Either solo artists that were just like one female, or if it was like a group of people where the majority of them were female, there were only 8 of those artist names on the entire list of 100 people, top 100 electronic music artists for last year.
Wow.
Which is insane to think about because it's so present. It's not like it was taken from 2000 or something like that. Like this was 2018.
It's like the new era. I think I think females are really starting to boom right now. Like I forgot Billie Eilish. She's like another big one. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like just girls, and like I mean, we can because I felt like the only presence of females were people like actually just in the music scene were like pop singers. I mean, they're great too. Britney or Katy Perry,
Mariah Carey.
Like all of them, and like they're great, but like I just have a feeling that like people that those are catching a lot of people. Taylor Swift and all that, they're catching a lot of people, but I just feel like there's another uproar in like kind of I guess you can say, the indie scene of music, like not the pop scene, like,
yeah,
because like
in the bedroom
pop scene, and
where you make it yourself.
where you
That's
make
like
it yourself,
the name
like
of that genre.
it's so
Where
funny
you make
how
it in your bedroom.
it's so funny how that like genre just like appeared like just out of nowhere, and
then everywhere. It was out of nowhere, and then it was everywhere.
It was out of nowhere and then everywhere, and then like I think, yeah, but I just feel like it's starting to grow, and like there just is becoming more of a voice for girls out there, and I think it's great. And like I'm excited to see a lot of these other like these bands that are like female, headline, like I'm gonna go. You should go too. If you like Snail Mail. Do you like Snail Mail?
I just listened to her full. I'd only heard like Pristine because other people were telling me about her. But yesterday I listened to the whole Lush album for the first time.
It's so good.
I really liked it.
Check her EP out too.
Okay.
From Sister Polygon Records. That's like the stuff that she had out before, and it's not as like clean like studio, but like it's really good. Habit, check it out, everyone. Go check out Habit by Snail Mail right now. But because I'm gonna go see her in Columbus in June.
Ooh, that's cool. What day?
I can figure that out for you.
I want to know.
Figure it out, and I will let you know. But yeah, I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna catch her. I have a feeling that I think once because it's a smaller venue, so hopefully it's more intimate, and I can maybe possibly talk to Lindsay Jordan for like 3 minutes, but we can try.
Maybe
we can have hopes.
Let's get him there, y'all.
Guys, tweet Lindsay right now.
Everybody hashtag get Midwest mess to Lindsay.
I actually just a side note from this awesome topic that I want to continue talking about, like tweeting. I actually added the people that I interviewed at the Remo Drive concert at Frito Disco. I've known of them for like actually several months before, because like they were actually, it's cool because like the thing is that we're in a day and age where music can literally just blow up out of nowhere. You can you can just make like play, and I mean there's people like Justin Bieber and all that, like that started the trend of like, oh, this guy's good, he's on YouTube. YouTube's an actual real platform for posting your music, or SoundCloud, or any of that. But I've known of them, and then it was really cool to see that they actually were going on tour, and that with Remo Drive, and I was like, oh shit. And then I added them, and I was like, you should do an interview with me, and then like I didn't get a reply, but then I was actually, I kind of just ran up to them, was like, hey, you want to do an interview? And they were like, yeah. And then he was like, did you at me on Twitter? And I was like, yes, I did. Good to see you, Saw. You ignored me, but it's good to see you, Saw. It's okay. It's their first concert tour, so that was exciting for them, so it's okay. But yeah, I just find that really just an intriguing topic, like just how it's just
how connected you can get. And then also just with like the girl scene, I just noticed that, and I was like, this is kind of a big thing. It's kind of like a really big thing. I don't know the waves of feminism you met. That makes so much more sense now. That makes like the Me Too movement, huge movement, huge. It's cool to see that companies are actually taking initiative for females for the first time in forever and ever, like first time. And the Women's March, I've always known about the Women's March, and then just people are just starting to speak out, and hopefully we can be equal soon. And that's just like empowering women to
do things, and
go out and do things that weren't just for men, because electronic, like studio production and stuff like that, electronic music, and even if you're using like acoustic instruments, you still have to deal with a lot of technology in order to produce an album. And I guess I still count it as electronic music. I guess I count it all as electronic music. It's because you just have to do it that way now. You can't just like record something from an amp that was connected to a guitar and like call it a day anymore.
You have to be professional.
We should be encouraging women to take on technology and learn how to do that at an earlier at an earlier age.
Yeah, like
or
fucking.
as soon as you would for boys, you know, like.
Yeah, screw Barbie, dude. We want Rockstar Barbie. We want Becky.
We want Soundscape Barbie.
We want fucking.
Getting field recordings.
We want SoundCloud rapper Barbie. No, we don't want that.
I would love that. That sounds like a good.
That just sounds like some
SoundCloud rapper Barbie.
That. I feel like there's already a shitpost out there that's like. Catch the new SoundCloud rapper. What would she have? Like a bunch of face tattoos?
She would.
Oh, she
would have Barbie like on her forehead.
She'd have Barbie.
Like nasty on the
like
side of her forehead.
Pretty.
She'd have a grill. Or she'd have like those. She'd probably look like an Instabaddie actually.
Yeah.
Like she'd have the little gems on her teeth.
Like a beanie and like her hair is like one side.
She'd have like Louis Vuitton, like the pattern. Is it Louis Vuitton? It is Louis Vuitton. The pattern all down her arm.
Oh my god.
Like tattooed.
Yeah, she would just be all decked out, dude. And then we'll be like.
Young Gravy would be her boyfriend.
Young Gravy. Young Gravy. Fuck Kent doll, dude. Kent's old school. He's old. He has an office job for like Lexus.
LexisNexis?
LexisNexis. You passed it on the way coming over here.
My mom used to work for them.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And then they were firing a ton of people, and she knew about it. She didn't get fired. She left. But she knew about it. And so, like, her and, like, 20 other people went to Paycor.
Wow. Okay.
They all just moved. And then a ton of people still got laid off. So they were right.
Yeah. He had a friend, Maggie. You know who Maggie McDonald was?
Mm-hmm.
Her dad's like the main accountant there, so he's the one that actually fires people.
Oh, love that.
Yeah, I know. He's like
good to know his job's safe.
He fires people, and yeah, and they're pretty wealthy. But yeah. So I heard you're making a song. So are you? So you are part of the scene. You are the female music maker.
I'd love
talk to us about your music.
I don't know. I'd love to be not big in the way where it's like, oh, I want to be like famous and popular, but I just would like to kind of be there, like standing with like some of the women musicians that I look up to now, like Billie Eilish and like Maggie Rogers. Billie actually doesn't even make a lot of her music. It's her brother that does it, but it's not because she is the face, and it's not because she doesn't want to, or it's not because she like can't do all that stuff. Like if she really wanted to, it's because she doesn't have any like interest in that. Like that's not what makes her want to make music, if that makes sense. Like she doesn't do it for the studio production.
Is she more for the style?
She's more for like the style and the vision, and like
she makes her like she's in it for the money, to be honest.
Probably not. Like I think her parents were well off enough. They were both like stars in their own right. Like I think both of her parents did music.
Really?
And then her brother was on Glee. Like Phineas, the one that makes all her music, was on Glee for a time. So like they make their own money. Yeah, he was on Glee.
Like he was like a character? Mm-hmm. Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's actually
I don't
really
like remember the specifics of it because I didn't even watch Glee. I just like know that.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, he was like a child actor.
Did not know that. Yeah, and he makes. Yeah, it seemed because I think I saw an interview with her and like she was like talking about like how I mean she was like talking like how after a concert she'll just straight up just go hang out with her fans like for hours.
I met her. She was so freaking nice.
Yeah.
I want to see her again.
It's so nice to see how like even because it doesn't matter what fucking age she is. I mean what gender she is, but like kids her age would be. She's like 17. Mm-hmm. She could be
just turned 17.
She could be so snotty and so like posh, and like be so fake as shit, but she's really not. And
a lot of people like to say she's fake just because she's young and like singing about things that seem like she shouldn't be singing about them, but like I don't know why 20 or 21-year-olds are getting so uppity about the fact that a 17-year-old is singing about something a 17-year-old would sing about.
They're like, bro,
they just don't remember what being 17 is like.
She's not fucking going through it, dude. She's not feeling what I'm feeling, bro. She's ungenuine, dude.
She's just not saying about like being in love or like being upset with like who she is as a person, which like you don't have to like. I feel like people start feeling that way when they're like 13, 14.
Literally,
like,
yeah.
You've been through that awkward puberty stage where you like just didn't like yourself. And
exactly.
You didn't know what was wrong with you. Like,
exactly.
I think it's silly that people are like, oh, she's just too young to be singing about that stuff. It's like,
she can do whatever the hell she wants. We're in a new era. And she's really good at what she does. And she, even if she doesn't make her music, she sings it hella nice.
She's really good in that respect. And she also directs the music videos that she makes, which is really cool too.
That's great.
She just made a really sweet music video for Bury a Friend, and it's one of my favorites.
I have not seen that video.
It's creepy. It's really creepy,
it's
and
creepy?
it's really good. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna check that shit out. Yeah, it seems like a lot of her videos right now are kind of getting a little like, ooh, that's a little creepy, but also super artsy, and I like it.
Very dark.
Very dark. Yeah, it seems dark. It seems dark.
Bury a Friend is like definitely has like a story. I feel like her earlier music videos were kind of a little too out there. They didn't really seem to have much of a plot, and they were kind of just looked a little strange. Like you could tell she was trying to be artsy about it, I guess, which isn't a bad thing.
Yeah, I haven't seen them, so I wouldn't.
But Bury a Friend I thought was like very different. It had a story to it, or like it could, but she kind of left it open
for interpretation,
which was sweet. It was open enough to where you could have a lot of imagination with it, but not too vague.
Okay.
And it really is something of like short horror film status, that would like a good short horror film.
Damn, okay.
It's really cool.
I'm gonna check it out, guys. Check that out too. Shit, we're just giving so much suggestions.
Recommendations. People were like,
they're like, dude, we don't have enough space in our computers to calculate this. There's not enough paper in the world to write down what we got saying in here.
70 things.
Got like 70 things. If you're still tuning in, please make sure you hit the subscribe button, the like button, the share button,
the little bell.
Hit that bell.
Notifications.
If you're on SoundCloud and listening, make sure to, I guess, re-SoundCloud it. Do they like what?
Repost. It's called repost, but also follow. Or just like it.
And then at the end of this video, we are gonna give all of Kelsee's tags, her social, her license number. We're just going to talk about Kelsee and where you can find her, but we are still pushing forward. But anyway. Still kicking. You got enough? Y'all, you good?
Yeah, I'm double dosing.
You're double dosing right now, dude.
I don't need to
I literally had a water, and I left it out there. So that's not even it. Is that it? No, it's not.
There's a tiny.
There's like a little tiny bit.
I'm making sure I keep hydrated for my voice clarity.
I have that same problem. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like my voice has got pretty schwasty last couple days, so I was like, man, this is gonna be an interesting convo. I'm gonna be like, yeah what'd you say, Kelsee? Oh, that's really nice to know. That's literally that's what I thought I was gonna be at, but that's fine. But yeah, you said that you had a song that you were doing about Billy.
It was kind of like inspired by
if you don't mind.
I don't mind. I guess like her and Maggie Rogers have been my two main inspirations as of recent.
I've never heard of Maggie Rogers, so
she's really great. I'm about to go see her in April.
Oh, for real?
Like in a couple weeks. Yeah, cool. I'm really excited. She just came out with her new album, which is really good.
Well, check that shit out then.
Y'all check that shit out too. And
guys, the recommendations today.
I really like the way that they write their music. I guess I try to like pick apart what they do and not try to completely copy it, but just kind of like take what kind of like get inspired.
If you want an artist, if you haven't stolen art or what is it?
Yeah, like nothing's original.
Nothing's original. You're not a true artist unless you've stolen at least once.
Well,
from
even
Walmart,
if you're trying not to steal,
from Target, from no, I'm joking, but yeah.
check on that.
Check on that. But
it's not my fault they keep it staffed at 3 people after 10.
After 10 o'clock, and that the self-checkout lane just looks so delectable. But anyway, but
I was watching, don't know if any of y'all watched the Hot Ones interview with Billy yet, but and Hot Ones is where they have you eat hot wings and ask you questions while you sit there with your mouth burning. And
it's a really great show. It's kind of
really
really
great
big. I didn't check it out until like I was like, I should check this out.
The first one I saw was the Mac DeMarco one, which wasn't even that long ago.
Oh yeah, it was like a year ago.
Mm-hmm. That's like the first one I had seen popping up, and then it just kept.
Speaking of Mac, have you listened to his new song?
Howdy Cow? No, I've not listened to it yet.
No?
I've just seen a lot of people making fun of it, but I'm sure it's good. I like him, so I'm sure I'm gonna like it.
But so Billy and Hot Ones.
Oh, Billy and Hot Ones. So she was talking about this game called Elo Milo.
Yeah, what is that? I never heard of that.
Well, it took me a while to look it up because I was spelling it wrong, and so it was not coming up anywhere. But it's called Elo Milo. It's ILOMILO. It's a little video game where it's like 2 people are on opposite sides of this, like, I don't know if I think they have to go through sort of like a maze sort of thing. I've never played it before, but I'm just kind of like going off what I looked up.
Okay.
But the goal is to get them to meet each other. If anyone's ever played, like, what is it? It's like Fireboy and Water Girl. It's like a play off of it's a play off of that movie Lava Girl
and Shark Boy?
Shark Boy. It's like a play off of that.
For real?
And they switched the character. Yeah, I don't know if it's like, I think that's where they like got their name from, but it's if anyone ever went on like addictinggames.com when they were a kid, it was definitely there. It's called Water Boy and Fire Girl, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Is it like
switched.
Is it a Flash game?
So it's Fire Boy and Water Girl.
Oh, okay. Is it like a Flash game or something?
I think so.
Like 2 like side scrolly type of. Okay.
But you like use one set of keys like on one side of the keyboard to move one character, and you move one set of key like on the other side of the keyboard and get them to meet each other. So that's what I'm assuming Elo Milo is like.
Okay.
And once the 2 little one of them is named Elo, the other one's named Milo, and they're 2 little like, I don't know, little bean-shaped things.
Yeah, that's what she said.
And they, like, walk towards each other, and once they find each other, they, like, hold hands, and they, like, hug. And it's really cute. And, so that kind of, like, made me think, oh, like, I don't know why, I just wanted to write a song about it.
That's super adorable.
And, so it's kind of, like, it's focused around video games, I guess. Not in, like, a weird way, but it's kind of, like, making analogies, I guess.
Analogies and
with
like
all the different video games.
Well, like are you picking up on the symbolism? Like, is like Elo Milo like symbolic for like lost love and finding each other again?
Yeah, it's kind of like
finding the in between.
What's the chorus? It's like it's. I think I made the chorus of like, it's our game of Elo Milo. If you lose me, will you want me back?
Oh.
Like, will you want to try to find me if we, like, get apart? Like, would you even want to find me and hold my hand and, like, hug me? Or would you just be okay never finding me again?
Damn, that's actually really relevant with my life. But, yeah, interesting. Continue.
And then, like, in the little verses, the first one is, like, about Tamagotchi. So it's, like, kind of about, like...
Oh, damn.
If someone's a Tamagotchi, they're being, like, really needy, I guess. And
damn, okay, yeah.
So like the first verse is like, you're my Tamagotchi, when don't you ever need me? It's something like, can't you tell that you're dragging me down? Like, can't you tell that you're putting so much like pressure and weight on me by always needing me?
Wow,
and just being irritating, I guess.
I get it. I completely get it.
We've all been. If you've been in a relationship, you've like had. You're there. You felt that.
You're there right now.
You're.
Right there.
Arrived at your destination.
You've arrived at your destination.
And then
you're at Hogwarts.
You get up on those boats.
You get up on those boats.
They never go on the boats again, I swear.
They literally
it's like just to visit the school, and then I never see the boats ever again. But it's a cool scene.
But okay. So then Tamagotchi, and then
Tamagotchi, and then the second verse. Let me try to remember.
Yeah. You don't have to remember all of it, but yeah.
I don't remember it. I have it in my notes. I should look at my notes.
Is this I mean, I don't portray you as being a rapper, but are you singing this?
Oh, I'm definitely singing. I don't rap, but...
Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay. Then the second verse, I just looked up, so now I got it.
Oh, you got it all?
It's
okay.
It's about Space Invaders. I don't know if you've ever, like...
Oh, I know Space Invaders.
Know that game? I think there was, like,
Invaders.
a Webkins version of it. Like, a little game on Webkins.
I know Space Invaders.
And I don't even
Kelsee.
know if I got this right, but I was like...
I'm calling you Kelsee. Anyway, continue.
No, you're fine. I was like calling it Space Invader, I guess, like when somebody... Kind of, I guess, like a Tamagotchi, like when someone gets up in your business.
Oh.
And you'd kind of just, like, want to shoot them down, like kind of
Space
get them
Invader.
away from you.
It's a legit Space Invader.
And then there's a part, like, if you... Like, you love them till you hate them, and if you couldn't win them over, would you just try to make them play again? Like, round 2, like, I'm just gonna keep pestering you.
Keep pestering you.
And
oh, shit, dude.
I'm writing the third verse. I'm trying to make it longer. I like writing, like, short things and then leaving them and forgetting about them. So I'm trying to actually work with it and make it longer.
Sometimes short and sweet is, like a cool art form. I like it when songs are even, like, less than 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I think
feel
those
like
are,
I could
like,
make
the
a whole
best
album
songs.
where they're all, like, 1 minute to 2 minutes, and then I just...
That would be a great album. I would listen to it.
I probably love it.
I would love that so fucking hard, yeah.
Because concise. Being short and concise.
When it comes to those, yeah, I don't know. I think I like things that are different. So if it's like oh, this album's not supposed to be big, but it's like not supposed to be big, but it's like the Big Small one. It's like they call it an album. They call it, like, if someone made like an album called The Big Small, but in reality it's like not supposed to be big, but it's like really fucking big because all the songs are super small. So they can make
have, like 20 of them.
Like 20. That'll be fun.
That would be fun.
But cool.
Yeah, I'm working. I think I just started writing like a third verse yesterday. I was writing it while I was at work, so I put all of my like things, almost everything I write for music is like in my notes. So
in your notes, yeah.
I started writing it at work.
I tried writing music. I tried doing music for a hot minute. I'm not really that good at making music. I'm trying to right now encourage my buddy Brandon. You know who Brandon is. He is such a good artist.
Mm-hmm.
He has no confidence, and he has never made a song before.
Y'all listening? Tweet hashtag get Brandon's confidence.
Get Brandon's confidence. Get him confidence. No, but he is currently at the moment making me a intro for the podcast, which should be coming soon, guys. We're just just gotta pester Brandon a little more. Get hashtag pester Brandon more. But he is really good. Like, not I said artist, but I meant he's a good musician. He is so good at the guitar. He is such an easy, quick learner. He learns things like this. If you have a song that you're like, man, I don't know this lick, or like, because you want to do a cover, he'll be like,
don't worry about it, bro.
Give him a day, a night, or maybe even 2 days, if any, and then he'll be like, figure it out for you. I shit you not. He's done that. He's done that so many times.
I wish I could.
He did that so many times. He legit. Do you like anime, or do you like
my brother
Studio
does.
Ghibli?
Oh, I know what that is.
Like Totoro.
Mr. Coon has his cat named after that.
That's amazing. I know you told me that. I was like, that's amazing. And Mr. Coon would love Brandon, because Brandon he was just like just sitting down, and he was like just listening to the Totoro like theme song, and then he literally went out of his way and found a Japanese pentatonic scale and learned it in the Japanese pentatonic scale.
That's cool.
It is. He's great, but cool.
Let's see it, Brandon.
But yeah, and yeah, I was never really into music, but I know, yeah, Brandon, he's really good. I want him to make music. I want him to make the intro to this, and I know it's gonna be great. So Brandon, if you're awesome. If you're listening, Brandon, you're awesome.
You're awesome.
So Kelsee, where can we listen to you do your music?
Let me look that up.
Okay.
'Cause I just changed it. I think. I don't know if I changed it the right way. I was like, I need something new on my SoundCloud. I actually don't know if I did it the right way.
I need change. No, but Cool. Yeah. So are you on SoundCloud? Are you on Bandcamp as well?
I'm not on Bandcamp. I probably should get one because I'd love it if people just like paid me for no reason.
I know. Connor was over here and he
got paid like
got $5.
Yeah.
We got Starbucks before because we did it way earlier in the morning, and we were getting Starbucks and he's like, I actually got money from like SoundCloud. I'm not SoundCloud, from Bandcamp. I was like, nice man. Making dough.
But my SoundCloud is Spoplop, which is super dumb. But so I didn't change it. I meant to change it, but we'll see. It's spelled SPP, so double P OPLOP.
You heard it here, folks. Whatever she just said, I didn't.
SPPOPLOP. It's ridiculous.
It's gonna be on.
It'll be tagged though.
It'll be tagged and it'll be in the description. But
I changed my name.
I just thought it was funny listening to her say that.
Yeah, to be confused. I did not like put easy access in mind when creating the name for it. I was like, I'm just gonna.
How do you say your account name? Whenever I see your thing.
Which one?
Your.
I have a couple. I usually do Crappy Pappy or Crappy Poppy, and then there's Spoop Loop, and there's Spoplop, and then there's...
I know it's Crappy Pappy.
Mm-hmm.
When I first read it, though, I read Crapeepee.
Crapeepee.
I just read Crapeepee.
Crappa-panini.
That's literally that's Crappa-panini. Panini sandwich.
Let me just crap up a panini for you.
I'm not joking. That's every time you text me or every time I see your tag, I was like, oh, what's Kelsee doing? Crapeepee. Crapeepee. It sounds like a Pokemon's name.
Crapeepee.
Crapeepee. Water gun. But
oh my god, I love Pokemon Go.
I know people still play that.
I still play it.
We can go catch some gems later. I'll download it again.
We're going catch me and Jeremy catching some gems.
We're gonna go you can't catch a fucking gem. We're gonna go play some Pokemon Go in the Dayton, and we're gonna go catch a gem. That's a Pokemon.
I'm gonna go catch a Pikachu.
We can go catch a Pikachu. Guys, help me find my first Pokemon. But cool. So you can find her on that. And now, Kelsee, you are in this group.
Oh yeah.
That I think is amazing, and I am so proud of Lebanon, and I'm just so proud of my awesome friends for doing this, and I can't wait for it to happen again, which is soon-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Next 4 months, 3 months.
We're planning to start it in June, like mid-June.
Oh, mid-June. So what is that?
March.
I don't know my dates.
Like in 3-ish months.
Yeah. Yes. After my birthday. And yeah, can you talk about it? Tell us what you guys are doing, who's involved, what you do, what is it?
So yeah, it's called the Tingle Show. You can follow it on Instagram and on Twitter.
I'm gonna put the links in the description.
I'll
even put the website
planning
in there.
to make a YouTube. Oh yeah, we do have a website. I completely forgot. We have a website.
You have business cards that have the website.
Business cards.
I think You talk.
So basically, it's me, Stu Stapleton, and Ella Hickman, and we're all insane. And decided last summer. Well, it was really Ella. It wasn't even last summer. It was it wasn't this past winter, but like the winter before that. Ella came up with this idea and wanted me and Stu to help her make it a reality. And then we kind of just made all this stuff for it. So we have like a website, and then we have an Instagram. We're mostly on the Instagram. It's the Tingle Show. That's what the @ should be on Instagram and Twitter.
On the Instagrams,
yeah, and we're pretty active. Well, we're not active at the moment, but when we're in session during the summertime, it's really active on there.
Like most events.
Yeah, and we'll post like anything about like the culture of it or the history of it, or even like just cool pictures from any of the shows. We'll post on Instagram.
You guys go professional. I love it. It's great.
Yeah, it's a really cool thing to be making when we're all 19 to 21. Last year it was just like 18, 19, 20. So it was like
it's just cool to see. Yeah, I mean, it's just something like you're out of high school, obviously, and, you know, EMG, like, you're not part of EMG anymore, but it's cool to still be part of, like, the younger community of artists in the Lebanon area.
And we're helping with Spring Wave.
Yeah, so...
They're sponsoring us. So.
I know, yeah. He unofficially sponsored you guys last year, too. Gave you equipment. And so what is it about? What, like, did you already explain what it was? Like, what is it?
Not into too much detail, but I can definitely do that.
Yeah.
So the Tingle Show, basically the idea behind it was we want to keep the artists that come from Lebanon. We want to like keep them going. We want to be able to find a way to support them because there's a lot of very creative people that come out of Lebanon, but they don't know where to go after they're like out of high school, because Mr. Kuhn, the high school teacher at Lebanon, does a really good job of creating a space for them to be able to create their own music or art or whatever or film, whatever they're going for. And we wanted to be able to give them a space for that outside of school. So it's not only just for people out of high school, it's for people in high school as well, but giving them a time to do that all year round. So in the summer, even when school's on break, they have somewhere to continue to be encouraged to do what they love.
Yeah.
But it's awesome. Mostly music. We're trying to get a lot more film incorporated into it. We're planning. This is still in the works, so not 100% sure, but at the moment we're planning to have like music on one side. We're probably going to do it at the gazebo. We did, if anyone came to them last year, it'd be the gazebo near the Arts Council
honestly,
building.
I didn't get to go to that one, unfortunately, because I was coming back from my vacation, but I saw such pretty pictures. And
it was really good.
It looked like such a good place to have it.
We had a really good turnout as well.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of donations, which was really cool. We ended up not doing any ticket sales, and people ended up just being really generous with donations, which was really fortunate.
I want another shirt. I will pay full price.
Still have some. We'll definitely be selling them
legit,
a little bit before the first Tingle Show. And but it's why it's called the Tingle Show is because it's named after Jedediah Tingle. He was a benefactor for most of Lebanon. He went by Harmon, though. Or, actually, no, his real name was Harmon.
Okay.
And that's why a ton of stuff is named after him. But his pseudonym was Jedediah Tingle. Like, he made up that name and went by that name.
Why did he do that?
I don't know why he did it, actually.
Was he like an eccentric person? Was he an artist?
I don't know if he was
he just like a guy
artist.
that was like
I think he was just like a weird dude.
He's just a weird guy, you know? He's a super weird guy.
His name's all over Lebanon. He donated a lot to the place, and Lebanon has a really interesting history.
We do, don't we? We have like Abraham Lincoln's like dead brother here.
Neil Armstrong was here. Who is it? Woody Harrelson was here for a time. Also, we had one of the first. From Texas. Yeah, he probably didn't like it here. He only went to like high school here.
Yeah.
Like middle school, early high school. I think he still graduated.
He graduated. I'm almost positive he graduated from here. I think from what I've heard of accounts by the older generation. But that is awesome. And when do you have dates yet, or can we looking forward to dates on your Instagram page when they follow it, or on Twitter? What do you guys use more? Use Twitter?
We use Instagram more, but we'll definitely, any big updates, like dates and like the dates that the shows will be on, will definitely be on Twitter as well. And
you can catch me, guys, also retweeting anything that they do, reposting pictures. I'm going to try to get as many of the artists that are going to possibly be there to have a interview, and then also I want to do more podcasts with more awesome folks, and I'm gonna try to catch as many people in here as possible. That's awesome.
Tingle Show is a good place to find people.
And is it just gonna? Are you guys just? It's gonna be like last year. Are you guys gonna try to do like a day with like crafts? Doing crafts. I think
we're gonna try to do more of that for all the shows, because I know it was only really one show last year that we did a lot of crafts, which we did like tie-dyes. I think it's because we were in the shelter it just seems like a nice place to do it.
Yeah, I like the shelter to be TBH.
It just has weird acoustics.
It does.
That was the only problem. The gazebo still looks really nice and is still a good place. And then also had
beautiful.
Good acoustics.
Yeah.
And it's in downtown. Like, it's a really central place.
Yeah.
And out in the open for the most part.
So like people just straight up like driving by, they'll be like,
and they're like,
honey, what's that? And then like they just go and listen to a great artist.
There's like little old ladies that were coming out. They're like, what you guys doing? And you're like, oh, we're just gonna play music. She's like, oh my god, that's the best. I'm so excited.
That is amazing.
Sweet old lady.
That is so sweet. I love that.
Yeah, it should be sometime mid-June.
Mid-June, okay.
And they will, once the first one hits, it'll be every other Saturday after that.
It'll be a storm of creativity.
Yes.
So guys, please.
So it should end early August. Well, we should have 2 shows in June, 2 shows in July, and 2 shows in August. I think that's how it's going.
Awesome. I'm excited. I am so excited. And once again, Kelsee Etmans, everyone. It looks like we can end it here, unless you have anything else to say. Nothing else to say. Thank you again for coming out and coming and talking to me here at the bedroom. The bedroom. I'm gonna call it the bedroom studio, but
the bedroomio.
The bedroomio. Ho ho.
Well, thank you for having me. I think it's really cool what you do.
Thank you.
Trying
to build this so that I can be happy. But, you know, if no one listens to this, it's okay, because
one day,
as long as
it'll have like 2,000 listeners.
Exactly.
20,000.
Exactly.
2 million.
And then maybe Essential Oils will follow me, and then they will sponsor me.
And then you'll hear a commercial.
And then you will hear a commercial. I'll be like, holy shit,
Full
he made
circle
it.
moment.
I'm gonna be in Spotify, iTunes.
That'd be cool.
All that. I tried doing Spotify. I'm still figuring that out because I think I need to have an IP. I need to make a website, and I'm about to ask Steve about that if he can help me. But yes.
Stu Stapleton.
Steve Stapleton. Yeah. Is
we
his
always
name
call
Steve?
No, his full name's Steven.
Okay,
Nobody really calls him Steve.
I was gonna say because like.
They either call him Steven or Stu.
Okay. Yeah, I called him. What? Whatever. But yeah, I had to ask him. But thank you again, Kelsee, for coming. And then, what is your? Well, we'll put this out. I will put her links in the description so she doesn't have to bother using any more of the breath in her precious lungs to say them. Because they're just so drained from the amounts of good talks that we had. And this is the Midwest Mess Podcast. Guys, I'm going to be in New York City this next coming week for my spring break. I leave tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to try my best to actually do a podcast over there and speak about my experience and where I am going. And yeah, we're gonna see what we can do. Hopefully, a lot of cool things.
Yeah.
And look forward to Brandon making my intro. Brandon, you hear me? Get that intro done, boy. We want to listen to your good music. Get out there. Hashtag Brandon, get out there. Hashtag
smacking Brandon.
Hashtag smack Brandon. Hashtag goof. Hashtag get on it. But
hashtag no seriously.
Hashtag please Brandon, please. Please Brandon. But thank you again for tuning in. Love you folks, and peace out. Bye.